Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Trading Period 7 metric update. So, unfortunately for TP7, we have got a little bit more pink, so non-achieving, on our board than in previous months. But I am going to start with the really positives, talk you through some of the challenges, but also end on an absolute positive. So sales for last month were actually up on last year. We just slightly missed forecast, but up on last year, and we outperformed the average performance of all of our shops. Plus, our items per transaction and the amount of transactions we processed were also up on last year. So our top performer was furniture. So furniture was 18% up on last year. Now, I need you to remember that furniture also includes outdoor living and fitted kitchens. So a great performance in those areas. Second on the table was menswear with a plus 7% increase on last year. So an area that we struggled with a bit actually. So really great to see some improved sales performance there, and no doubt down to a lot of the hard work that we've been doing to drive availability. And then we've got electricals, and this includes large and small, but also TVs, vision, and audio as well. So electricals were plus 4% on last year, and again, ahead of the average shop performance. So some really great news there. So if I move us on to our stock ops, we have got three metrics, two of them are pink and one of them is blue. So our ASAP counts, as they are continually, were met target. We just dropped on Track the Gap scans. Now, there is a really plausible reasoning for this. The metric that has been set for us is to continuously improve. Now, we have done so well since the inception of Track the Gap that what we are achieving is harder to improve on than some shops. So if I give you a little example, our average achievement sits at 15%. Some shops sit as low as 2 or 3%. So the metric here is not as black and white as it might seem to be, and we've just missed it by a fraction. So I've got no doubt we'll get back on track with that for next month. And then RFID availability, although it's still pink, for last month we achieved 90% against a target of 95%. This is our best result ever, and actually puts us to the top of the middle of the table for all branch results. Now, there's been lots of discussion and feedback around RFID, the process itself, what the target should be. So as a result of that feedback, the target has been lowered to 92%. So we are absolutely on track for achieving that. So in terms of pay, and alignment, we are all blue, so we have stayed within budget for our pay, and our score for alignment remains exceptionally high. For our operating costs, we have now got 2 pinks and 1 blue. So one of them we don't need to worry about, shopper operating costs, that will be completely car park driven, and we've had some charges in this month, but we haven't had any income. So that will return to blue next month. And then shrinkage, our counts have impacted our shrinkage result for the month. But again, we should see this smooth itself out against previous months and future months. So one thing that I do need to bring your attention to is our key service levers under customer. So these are the things that are completely within our control when it comes down to our customer experience. And we've just marginally slipped behind target. So again, I have got no doubt that we will claw that back. but I just need you all to be aware of that. And when we're talking about being heads up and ready for our customers, and putting the customer first, this is the reason that we ask this from everybody. And as always, all of our partner metrics are blue on the board. So I said I was going to end with some really positive news as well. So at the end of TP7, when you look at our metrics from the beginning of the year until now, we are the highest performing full-line department store in the delivery of those metrics. They are nearly all blue with only 3 pink, 2 of those under sales and 1 RFID availability. So that is a super achievement. So well done, and thank you to all of you for what you have done in your areas or where you work to drive those metrics forward for us. Now, I know it's not all about metrics, but the metrics are what the business have decided that we need to put our energy into so that we can drive the best business outcomes, whether that be for partners, for sales, or for customers. So whilst there continues to be a level of change in our ways of working, what we can be assured of is whether we agree with the metrics or not, what we're doing is driving the right outcomes in John Lewis Welling that supports the retail business outcomes that we need to achieve. So that is a really super achievement, and I just want to end by again saying thank you and really well done.